I wonder where people grow up to learn to stab people.
Yeah.
Maybe teaching your kids at school in China to stab foreigners because they invade China is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I've always been very disgusted by what's taught to little children in China, especially the hatred towards Japanese people. This has always pissed me off a lot because they teach them to just hate from a very young age. They teach them racism and xenophobia and hatred from an incredibly young age. And I mean, why are you teaching little 4 or 5-year-old kids to stab people?
Because you need to instill hatred at a young age for control of your populace when you live in a dictatorship. Because when they become dissatisfied, they need to blame an outsider, like Western countries or Japan.
Yeah.
And in that, you have people with a vent for their anger, and it's not turned on the controlling government. And that has been a tactic of every dictatorship of all time. Particularly the Soviet Union that demonized everything else on the outside, and we're the only ones, you know. China does the exact same thing. It's very, I think it's cringe in a way, because it's like you haven't come up with a new method of population control. You're still using this old crap. You know what I mean?
But again, this is not a fake clip. This is real. This is recent. This is what's happening in China. This is what little kids are being taught. I mean,
and the kids in Japan, by the way, don't learn this.
No, kids in Japan don't learn this. When I was a little kid, when I'm 5 years old, I'm not learning how to stab people.
No, I'm not.
I'm not learning how to shoot people.
Nope.
That was never a thing. When you're a kid, you're taught to, respect other cultures and learn about other cultures. And while these guys are learning to like stab the foreigner, I'm learning how to craft a Chinese lantern for Chinese New Year out of paper and respect other cultures.
That's correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something's broken.
Yeah.
And society's breaking down. There's a few things going on behind the Great Firewall today. Viral clips going on about beggars. Lots of beggars in China. Right?
Yeah.
Fact,
like they try to say poverty's alleviated. Just go, and you'll see for yourself.
You'll see a lot more poverty in China than you would in the U.S.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's a poor country, right? It's ridiculous to think that it's not.
If you go to the big tourist areas in Shanghai and Beijing, they clear them out from there. You still see them, but they do get kicked out and rotated. If they're there, the cops will come move them on. Yeah. Just get a little bit out of the main city center and tourist areas, you'll see them.
It's pretty rough. Anyway, it's funny because even the beggars get bored, right?
I thought he was watching something sus.
No. He's not watching anything. But it's funny that the people that want to give money or see the beggars are now being like, well, I guess they have a phone, so they can't be that.
Well, I mean, the guy's got like a couple $100 phone watching his live stream, whatever he's watching. He's watching one of those emperor
dramas.
Sun Guo, Red Cliff, Bisha, Shabi nonsense. You know that nonsense? We all get Bisha, all the concubines and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyone who's got a Chinese wife or husband or girlfriend or whatever will know all about these emperor concubine dramas. Because that's very popular.
You know what's funny is I only learned about them from my Chinese friends in the North. All my Chinese friends in the South hated this shit.
Really?
They thought it was cringe.
It's weird because my wife's from the South and she loves this stuff.
My wife hates this stuff.
Yeah.
But when I went up to the North,
yeah,
I would have these like really manly like tattooed motorcycle friends, and they were watching some of the most feminine like flying around. I'd sit down with them, and we're all smoking cigarettes and drinking together, and they're like, they're watching this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
It's interesting. Well, apparently this beggar's loving this.
He's loving this.
But he couldn't even be bothered to like put in a proper beggar job, so he's just like chilling out, trying to hide it.
So people have been sharing these thinking it's
There's another
funny.
beggar. He's like, I'm just going to watch
This guy's mad comfy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're trying to hide it at least, which shows you that they don't want to be perceived as enjoying themselves.
Dude's got a massive phone. That thing's a good phone. It's not like rubbish. Phone. Not like a Xiaomi Redmi or something.
Right.
It's
like a decent phone.
Yeah, decent phone. So I guess if you're about to give money to this poor beggar, but he's watching in 4K Ultra HD on his fancy phone, you're like, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
yeah, it's kind of funny.
That's been going around. It's been pretty funny. Hold on. This is one of the most liked clips, or these types of clips have been very liked on Chinese social media right now. And it's these people, these like beautiful women and attractive men walking down and like looking at the camera. This was at a Halloween type of celebration thing, right?
Yeah.
But we reject this. Want to see why?
Yeah. I also want to just dose a little bit of reality. There are beauty filters on.
Of course. We reject this.
Yeah, we reject this. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see this lovely clip.
Because they're ripping someone off. They're ripping someone off real important.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
This is a little insight. I say a big insight into China.
Yeah.
I think this goes it's really against kind of Western ideals about like
meritocracy,
like structure.
Yeah,
right?
and you know, like structure. It's you don't progress because of your merits.
No,
in China it's about who you know.
It's about
not what you know.
Exactly, and you could say that that's true anywhere, but it's very much that's the case on the surface in China.
It's not hidden.
So when an important person goes for a cigarette, this is what happens. The people that want to get ahead will rush to light his cigarette. This is something you'll always see. Now, in order to look humble, the leader or the important person, the rich person, the mafia guy, the government boss, whatever you want to say.
Whoever's the main boss there.
He will say niet.
He'll say,
"不用,I don't need it because he wants to look humble.
Yes.
Right. So what happens in this scenario is this guy goes to shake his hand, but gets the lighter. So ultimately gets the face. He gets the connection.
Yeah, he's the one who's going to get the promotion or whatever.
Yeah. And I just thought that was an interesting thing that you guys, it's so on the surface there in China. It's like the important person always gets face. Even if you don't respect them, you have to.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and this leads to one of my worst scenarios if you work in a Chinese company or you're in some kind of Chinese institution or whatever, is the monologue.
The monologue.
It is
that scenario would have a monologue.
Yeah.
That if we continued with this clip, it would just be a monologue.
Because the problem is the main guy who speaks, he has to be respected and people have to give him face, which means they have to stroke his pride.
Yes.
So when he says something, everybody has to stare attentively and pretend as if they're hearing the best wisdom in the world or something.
Yes.
And the guys often get up there and they will talk for like an hour straight, just random nonsense.
That's downplaying it.
Yeah, okay.
You can be 3 hours, bro.
I've been in that kind of situation. And especially when you don't understand Chinese very well, it's way worse.
Yes.
Now you're just listening to a dude mumble on that you don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, oh man. And you just have to sit there and pretend to be interested.
Actually, it might be worse when you do understand. Because there's nothing of consequence said.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We're doing very well and we're all working together as a team under the leadership of this and this and this. And it's always like disjointed. There's no common theme.
Yeah, I had to sit through that with that rapist guy, in his school. And he'd go on about like energy vampires and stuff. Yeah. But the worst part was when I did start to understand is it was insulting because, here I am, a foreigner, and there were a couple of other foreign teachers. And he was one of those control freaks. So nobody was allowed to miss out. Even if it didn't like concern you, you still had to be at his meetings. And I remember in one, he stood up and he was like, this is his quote. He said, "You know why us Chinese people are great? It's because somebody can invent something and then we can take that idea and then we can just use it without having to make it ourselves." That was his quote.
That was his quote?
That was his freaking quote. I'm like, why are you proud of that? And he was like, that's what makes us Chinese people better than everyone else. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's insulting for his own people.
But not only that, there are foreigners sitting there, and you were saying us Chinese people are better than foreigners because of this.
There's a bunch of wrong things.
I'm like, dude, In case you didn't know what I'm supposed to be, I'm a last-minute hipster.
You could have a fucking shamateur.
You do. Dude, this is a shamateur wig.
I am a avid micro fisherman. Do not make any jokes. This is freaking annoying. Oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna have a panic attack. Microfishing is the idea that you go
use your little fishing rod.
They will not bite on a full-size pole, right? So either, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take this thing off.
They will not bite on a full-size pole.
Come on! This is a horny-headed chub, which is not really conducive to the jokes we've been making, isn't it?
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my life.